Hey guys, we're here at Bandera Brewing in Bandera, Texas. Welcome, beeryeti.com. I'm here with John, the brewer. John, thank you for
Like,
definitely
it's
joining
Bandera
us.
Brewery, though. We
The
don't
Bandera Brewery,
brewery, yes, not brewing.
brewery, but we are here with a brewer.
There you go.
So we're very stoked to be here. Thank you for joining us. There's a lot of things to talk about, but John, tell us your story about how you got into
There you
brewing,
go.
and how did you get to Bandera?
Completely by accident. Completely.
And
When I was a kid, I grew up in San Antonio, Texas. So when I was a kid, I would come to visit Bandera just as like everybody, any other tourist would, and enjoy the rivers and a little bit of that because they're known as the cowboy capital of the world. So I enjoyed that as well. Right after I left. Previous job and like ended up living in Michael, Texas, back in 2016. Um, and I was a little bit closer to Bandera, Texas, and then met Dr. Jim, which is the my business partner in this brewery. He's a forensic psychologist from Denver, Colorado, and that was back in 2017, late 2017, and he invited me over to check out the brewery, and I not only loved it, it became an obsession for me to learn how to brew and how to decipher all these fermenters, how to properly, convert, wort from grains to alcohol. So, and it
so
just,
Dr. Jim was the brewer,
oh yeah,
so to
he's the
speak.
one that started it all.
Right,
Yeah, he's the
right.
yeah.
And then you kind of
I came in later on, yeah, like
learn from
a few
him.
months later, learned from him,
Hmm.
and was the guy that stayed here, for 27 hours a day.
And Dr. Jim
uh,
said, "Okay, you've got
You
this."
got this,
Yeah.
yeah, and then that's how I became a co-owner of the brewery.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
awesome. This is a great spot for sure. Tell us about what you love to brew. I mean, porters, obviously, Kolsch, smoked jalapeno, of course. But tell us little bit about your beers and what do you feel are your flagships and what are you excited about coming out like a new release coming
All
out?
right, so I'm excited to brew all of them. Honestly, we're huge on L's. Is what we started on.
Mm-hmm.
Our first name was actually not Bandera Brewery; it was Bandera L Project.
Ah, interesting.
Before we decided, a couple of years after we opened, it's like we should go into Bandera Brewery just because when we go into distribution, it just makes more sense to for people to know what exactly are we. We
Sure,
say Bandera L Project, not a lot of people know what that is, but you say
sure,
Bandera Brewery, they'll
sure.
realize what that is.
Right.
So we were huge on L's. Then we started sort of getting requests very early on
Ah,
for
interesting.
lagers, for
Interesting.
light beer lagers.
Hot in the hill country.
Yeah,
I can
Dr.
see that.
Jim actually
Yeah.
went to Cologne, Germany, where Coach comes from,
Okay.
and we started brewing Coaches, and then it just took off from there. So Coaches is a sort of a form, closer to lager.
Yep.
It is an L yeast that ferments the Coach, you use lagering techniques to get that sort of light, crisp taste. Um, then we just started brewing Mexican lagers, then Czech pilsners with a lagering yeast, and then people started buying more and more. We're sort of in that phase right now. I mean, we've been open a little over 5 years, and we're sort of in that phase where we're starting to find huge success in lagers and light beer. That's just what at some point, we're going to be Bandera Brewery Lager House. It's
Got
like,
it.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Got it.
we'll still brew the
Of
porters, the
course.
styles.
Of course.
They're fun, but
Of
hey,
course.
why not have 6 lagers in our series?
Yes.
Like, yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
And
So.
for you guys that don't know, in Texas Hill Country, obviously it's hot in the summer, of
Oh,
course. So
absolutely. Oh, very
a
hot.
good lager, a good Kolsch, a light kind of beer like that.
Hmm.
Even this smoked jalapeno would go terrific, either with whatever you're eating, barbecue or
Hmm.
either seafood or
That's
whatnot.
exactly what it was made for. Actually,
Yeah,
you hit it right on the
it's
head on the
it
nail.
is,
Yeah.
and you can just smell the smoke when you put it up. So it's a really good. The only other thing I'd like to touch on, if it's okay, is about community. Community.
Hmm.
We go around and talk to a lot of breweries around the world, and the main thing that comes out is community service, community support, and community impact.
Hmm.
And we're pretty close to something that happened in Uvalde. So, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on down there, and what you guys did to step up and
Yeah,
help
I
them?
mean, a little less than everybody knows. A little less than a year ago, we had that incident happen in Uvalde that touched all of us. All around the world actually, and being so close and actually knowing people from Uvalde, I think the next day after that had happened, my wife and I decided, hey, let's do something. You know, we have the brewery, we have property. You know, what
You have
can
a
we do to
vehicle.
help? Yeah. What do we have, or how do we help? How do we raise money and get it to the right people in need? And so I called TABC and give them a quick spew of what I wanted to do, and they're like, okay. They're like, usually it takes about 20, 30 days to
Right.
accomplish something like this, and
Right.
you have to go through all this paperwork. But let's see how we can help you out. They start moving me up,
Up the
their
ladder.
ladder, and I start talking to other people, and they're like, okay, we're gonna approve this. We're gonna approve for you to be able to have an event, raise money, invite other breweries, because that's really what you need a permit for, is to have these breweries, other breweries serve beer in your location, and also give it away.
Sure.
Yeah. So they approve all that once, and that was done within, honestly, and it's probably a record out there. It's like it was done within 24 hours.
I think your name is in the record
It
books
is.
on
So they actually
TMPC.
call
It's
me
like,
back later
yeah,
on,
if you need any help, call this gentleman here.
yeah, they did call me afterwards and be like, hey, if you ever have questions or want to help other people, let us know.
What did the event look like?
So, oh my God, it was huge. It was we had this whole beer garden here had breweries. Our front parking lot had breweries, and businesses of all sorts helping out. Now, I think we ended up with about 58 breweries.
Wow.
It's pretty huge.
So
yeah.
mini brew fest.
Yeah. It was a huge brew fest actually for us.
Yes.
And the whole town pitched in too. I think we had like 60, 70 volunteers from the town itself.
Wow.
Of a town of 900 people, by the way.
Yeah. Make
So,
note of that.
yeah.
That's important.
Came in and said, well, how can we help? We had people donating stuff for raffles. So, we had breweries donate beers. We had businesses, Parker's Building Supply, which is right in the middle between us and Uvalde, donated tools to give out at raffles.
Wow.
Not only that, they came in with a check and said, this is for the bank. This is for the bank. The support was tremendous. And they did it for free.
Yeah.
They did it
Yeah.
for,
What did the customer? Did the customer give a donation? Or
yeah. So the customer, what we did is we sold tickets.
Okay.
We sold, say, like, you get for $5 you get one ticket, but hey, for $20 you get
whatever.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Right.
And you go with this ticket, you go to a booth and they give you a beer just like this.
Yes.
Just like that. Try it out, and you go to another booth.
Yes.
So
similar to what we do at Wild West Brew
Yeah,
Fest, so it's very similar to that.
Yeah,
that's a great formula in our opinion.
Exactly, and people came from all over, and it was a 2-day event. We ran out of the plastic cups that were donated to us.
Right.
So I did a video that morning on Sunday morning and said, hey folks, there's a second day. Bring your cup, bring your Yeti, we will just help us out. And they understood.
Yeah.
They're every single person.
Yeah. Right.
Yeti cups, and it was great because that keeps the beer colder for a little bit longer than a little plastic cup.
Hence the name, Beer Yeti. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. The main thing here is to think about these breweries when you're wherever you live, whether it be Texas or California or Florida or Colorado. These guys give back. I remember during COVID, a lot of people in Houston, a lot of breweries in Houston, they instead of making beer, they made sanitizer. They made stuff to give back to overall public and people that in need. So kudos to you for doing that. And this must have been a huge event. And not to mention the beer garden, which we'll take footage of. It is an amazing beer garden. If you're around here, it's 1.5, 2 acres roughly.
Yeah, right about actually. Yep.
And beautiful evening. We're here at the end of February. It's just a delight to sit out here. John, do you have anything else to say? Why would somebody stop and visit you? Just real quick. I mean, obviously you're in Bandera, a beautiful area, hill country, great beers, good community service.
Yeah, for the experience. for the
experience,
the beer, and the welcoming, the welcome you get when you come to step through our doors.
Which we experienced, by the way, with the bar staff, which very, very cordial on that. I believe you have live music on Saturday?
And that was where I was leading to. So the events are huge here, and every day of the week there's something going on. So Tuesdays there's live trivia. Wednesdays there's movie night. We might have a bingo starting here soon as well. Thursdays, as of today, Thursday, like just
We're here on a Thursday, so
and you're
we're
also
thirsty.
here, and you're also here on a sushi night. We have sushi nights.
No
now.
kidding.
Yeah, so yeah, they're getting ready to serve out
Fantastic.
sushi here in a bit.
Fantastic.
Fridays is karaoke, which is super popular around here.
Sure.
And keep in mind, our karaoke is a little bit different. It's a karaoke and open mic, and all ages are welcome.
Got it.
So you have kids out there that are 4
So
years
if I
old
want to
singing.
bust out a song from Madonna,
there you go.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah.
I was thinking more Britney Spears, but okay.
Oh, either one. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then Saturday.
Saturdays live music always. So always live music, and Sunday depends on what part of the year we're in. If it's NFL, then we
Sure.
show obviously
Football,
sports,
of course.
football. Right now,
College ball, I guess.
exactly.
Yeah.
So right now, Sundays will probably start acoustical sets.
Okay.
Yeah, which people like, and the weather is going to be complementary to that as well.
For sure, for sure. Well, John, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your time. I know you're busy. I saw you working on the IT stuff earlier.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you were in IT before this.
I was a
right?
network engineer,
Okay.
yeah, for a while.
All right.
So
And
I
just
enjoyed it very much. Yeah.
Just another discovery of a great brewery that, somebody followed his passion. And somebody made a difference in the world, definitely with the Uvalde situation. So cheers to you, and thank you very much for your time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cheers.